Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog, and today we're going to make another galaxy themed mail. This is the second one. If you've been here from the beginning of my channel or from early on, you may remember that I did another one. That was actually one of my first ever themed mails. I've put it, as you can see here on the screen, I've put it in this playlist called Personal Favorites, so you can easily find it, and there you can also read that that video was created over 2 years ago. So it's definitely time for a revamped version of the galaxy themed mail. I am making this with a special reason for a special person, but I will explain that in a second. I am of course also going to talk you through what I'm doing. This galaxy themed mail will contain a little bit of making myself, which is what I'm starting here, but it's also going to have a lot of other elements to it, as well as gifts. This mail has been sent out and is received already, so I can safely show you. I'm basically creating a Happy Meal package, but I did want to make an actual crafted snail mail as well, so that is what I'm starting. The first thing I'm doing is I have that black cardstock card. I actually bought it like that a long time ago from Sostrene Grene, which is a shop, but you could easily make it yourself. It's just 2 equal sides, and then actually 3 equal sides, but the page in the middle has a little frame cut out, so you will see what I'm doing with this in a second. But the first thing I'm obviously doing is I use 2 different stencils. First, the dotted one that I used with some white acrylic paint, and now I'm using a star-shaped one with I'm sorry, I'm out of frame here, but I use a star-shaped one with 2 different stencil pastes. One of them is from Nuvo. The color is called Chai Latte, I think, and the other one is a glitter paste. But I will link everything down below so you can check it out if you like. This is the current end result. I'm obviously going to do a lot more with it. As you can see, I had a lot of paint left over, so I also swatched the back of the card, which I actually think looks pretty cool. And then I still had some paint left over, so I also decorated the envelopes you see on the table. I'm not going to use them for this project, but I had some paint left, so I decided why not. And for these envelopes I also used the stencils. The stencils, as well as my dies, are from Aliexpress. Obviously that frame with the starry background is going to be the front of my Happy Meal, and I thought I would add a word die to it. I have a couple. One of them says love, the other one says hello. We have a dream one, and then I'm also die cutting a bow because I thought that would be nice. The reason why I put that white, what is it called again? Kitchen paper, baking parchment in between is so that the dye more easily lets go of the paper. Like you can more easily get the paper out. And then yes, I die cut the golden ones, and then I decided to end up going with the green one instead, simply because I like that color contrast. Obviously the gold would have also looked pretty, but I just like the added touch of color. Now, I mentioned in the beginning while I'm crafting, I'm going to tell you about the reason why I'm making this mail, and that is because a couple months ago already, or weeks ago, I don't actually remember time. It's so weird right now, I'm sure you can all agree, but a while ago I did a mini hidden giveaway over on Instagram. It was basically share my latest video in your stories, and then one of you is going to win a little envelope filled with goodies. And the person who won, I really hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, I still don't know, was it Jalak? I really hope I'm saying that correctly. And she won, so I was going to obviously send her the small envelope with goodies, but instead she asked me to do something else. She asked if it was okay for me not to send her a bunch of goodies, but to make a themed mail video instead, so that all of us, or actually I should say all of you, could enjoy the giveaway she won instead of only her being able to enjoy the goodies. So that is what we did. She suggested a couple themes and I went with Galaxy because hello. But I'm definitely going to keep in mind the other themes she suggested. This was just a kind of a coincidence. Like, it was the nudge I needed to finally start working on that new Galaxy themed mail video. So here we are. You all have her to thank for this video. Now, I am going to talk you through the process of what I'm doing, but I'm also going to not do a voiceover the full like 25 minutes, because although I really enjoy editing videos and doing voiceovers and stuff like that, it is a little bit much, and I also know that for you guys to listen to me talk for like 20 minutes is a bit much as well. So we will again alternate between talking and not talking, but don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Not yet, anyway. First thing I'm doing is I received these goodies, these Galaxy themed goodies in mail, so I decided why not use them. Sorry for the top of my head. One of these things I received were sort of like purplish, starish themed journaling cards, so I decided to use those to write a little quote on there, a little Galaxy themed quote. And then I'm turning that into a little booklet. I think it said, I think I will show you in a second up close, but I think it said something like, we are not granted a wish if we do not get the tools to make it come true. Something along those lines. I thought that was very beautiful because there's a great life lesson in there as well. Obviously you can wish among the stars all you want, but in the end it's going to be you who needs to make your dreams come true. And this basically says that if you can dream it, you can do it. Although I usually do not like those sayings because, especially with anxiety and all, sometimes you do not have a say in making your wishes or your dreams come true, because obviously I had dreams as well, and then I had to like postpone, or I had to reevaluate what I found important, and anxiety played a big role in that. But I do believe that up to a certain point, you have to make your own luck. And I kind of like that in this saying. Oh yeah, this is again the Animal Crossing themed music. We did a little trial on Sunday. I did an extra video, of course, and I tried new music from this guy that makes like Animal Crossing inspired music, and it was really, really cool. In the background I'm just decorating with Pipsticks stickers, and I'm also including that little, I cut a Pipsticks sheet in half, and I'm going to add both of them on the page. It's really chill music. Even if you don't play Animal Crossing, you'll probably enjoy it. So we did a little trial there, and then because it was so successful, I mean, for me it was successful and a lot of people liked it, I decided to also purchase the rest of his music. I think it should be available for free, but it feels good to also pay money for it because he put a lot of work in it, and I know that sometimes it's nice if you put a lot of work into something that other people can use or watch for free, as do I with my videos. It can be nice to get like recognized for the fact that you put a lot of time in it. I'm not like being negative here, that's just, sometimes it's nice. Like I've also had that with the live streams. People would all of a sudden do like a super chat or support my channel in another way. So I know how it feels, and that's why I felt it was important to support his music as well. So we have new music, yay! These wax seals I just showed you, I did not make them in this video. I know some of you would have liked that, but I actually did include them in a video. These are obviously all galaxy themed wax seals. I mean, hello, could it be any more appropriate? And if you want to see how I made them, I did a wax seal with me video, and I will link that down below. It's already online on my channel. Then the next thing I'm doing is I am making a watercolor galaxy background. I also did that in the first galaxy themed mail video, although I used it for something completely different and I did not have the tools that I have now. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I think the first time I made this I used my Tombows, and now I'm just using actual watercolors, and I wanted to create a purplish background. Just keep going over it and over it again, and I didn't like the look of it, because if you look at it too closely it's just gonna look like weird blobs of paint on paper. But then if you kind of blend everything together, and if you see what I'm gonna do with it, it is going to look quite like a bit of a dreamy starry background. So for me that's also important, like not overthink things. Sometimes you need to zoom out a little bit and it will probably be alright. I'm going to show you what I do with it in the end, because I first needed to let that dry, but I am going to do something else with it as well. For now we're doing envelope decorating, which you can just follow along. The 6x6 paper pads I'm using, this one is from Pink Paisley. I think it's called Moonstruck. I don't know, I have had it for the longest time. I actually purchased it especially for the Galaxy themed meal part 1 video. And then I never actually used it afterwards anymore. And the other paper pad is from Action, and I actually end up using only those. For me, using an A4 sized envelope, it's always daunting. I know it sounds weird, but it's such a big blank space and I never know how to get started. So I thought I would just use 3 papers. And at first I thought I was tearing them, I thought I was collaging, I don't know, but then I actually quite liked that simple look of them, all 3 next to each other. And I don't know, I thought for me that was a great way to get started, because afterwards I had some more inspiration on what to do surrounding that. Yes, that glue stick is blue, which makes it great because you can exactly see where you've been. But it's not one of those glue sticks that is blue when you glue it on and then dries transparent. No, sadly it isn't. I saw that on Instagram once. Someone, if you know the brand, please tell me. A girl had a purple glue stick, and then when it was dry it was actually translucent. But for this meal, like, the reason that I never use it is because it's blue and because you will always see that it's blue. But for this meal it obviously didn't matter, because purple and blue, that's colors that you would see in a dreamy galaxy. So it doesn't matter for now. That's just me checking to see if we're still filming, and we are. Let me know how you're liking this so far. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, that's obviously galaxy themed, like moon themed sticky notes, and I'm gonna use one for the address label, and I also use them as goodies in the mail. But let me know, how are you liking this meal so far? Is galaxy a theme you would do or not? Let me know. Yeah, I don't know, what is some of your favorite themes? Do not inspire me, because I have so many themes written down right now. I told you in my previous videos that I've been working with a YouTube planner. There's a separate page for ideas, it's filled already. Then also over on Patreon we did I did like a vote where people from my patrons could suggest themes, and then they could vote for their favorite themes. That added around 8 more themes to the list, and then every time I receive a mail I get more ideas. So don't you dare inspire me, because my head is literally buzzing with ideas. The sad thing is lately I have not been able to work on any big projects. The only things I sort of tackle or do or film or not film are smaller ones. So all I've filmed is envelope decorating. I've filmed, of course, some things you've already seen on my channel, the smaller pockets, the smaller things. I have some more small, flat, outgoing mail ideas, and I like that because a lot of us are not able to send out big bulky mail, and it's easy. Like if you have a pen pal letter, you can just whip up a cute pocket and be done with it, and it will still look very, very nice. But it's also partially because I don't know, I'm hesitant almost to start big projects, and with big projects I mean flip books with multiple pages, which for some is like second nature, but for me it's actually always a bit of a struggle because instead of having like 1 or 2 pages to decorate, you're doing like 5 or 6 or even more. So then, and pocket letters and all sort of stuff like that. So actually I've been focusing on the smaller ones. Except for this mail. This mail was pretty big, but then it had so many loose elements that it felt like all smaller projects, which is something I've been thinking about and something I've been trying to use in my favor, I guess you could say. So more about that soon. And also let me know, do you like the smaller projects? Do you prefer the big ones? All is fine. I do not mind. I like the feedback. Maybe some of you are going to say big projects, and then I will know that it is something I could work on. And maybe most of you will say small projects, and then who knows, it might calm me down. Although it's never a bad thing to have something to work towards. So what I did with the watercolor drawing is obviously I cut a rectangle. What is this size shape called again? Octagon, hexagon, I don't know. I cut like a shape out of it with my die cutting machine, and then I wrote the mail tag on the back. I wrote all of this in English even though the receiver was Dutch. And then I'm going to glue these golden stars on it. This is something, the golden stars, you also saw me use in the first galaxy themed mail video, and it's definitely something I had to return in here because I don't know, these type of stars is something that I would craft with when I was a kid, and it just makes me extremely happy. So there's that. I hope you're all still here. This is the finished result. I don't know. I just really like that. I like making this made me realize that I should definitely do galaxy theme more often. Even though the colors, oddly enough, the colors are some colors that I would normally never work with, like deep purple, black. I never work with those colors. I always work with pastel colors. And that's another theme that she suggested, like more of a light, like a dreamy galaxy, and I was originally gonna go for that, but then it ended up being a bit darker. But the lighter variant, like of the galaxy, the way it would look like when the sun is almost setting. No, when the sun is almost rising. I am stuttering my way through this voiceover. When I was having those bad days and when I was getting feedback that I talked too much in my videos, I of course shared a lot of that with you guys here on YouTube and on Instagram. And then a lot of you would say, Vivian, we like your chatting, which I very much appreciate. If I haven't said it already, I appreciated that so much. Yes, this is one of the gifts I'm including in the mail. It's a galaxy themed pencil bag, and I'm going to put all of the goodies in there. I also have a galaxy themed pen. Like the pen is not actually galaxy themed, but it has like a key, I don't know, it has something dangling on it, and that is a galaxy. But if I haven't said it already, I really appreciated those comments a lot, and messages and all of that. But the reason why I'm actually bringing that up now is when I was doing that, and when I talk about voiceovers and stuff in general, I realized that a lot of you think that I that this is very, very easy for me. And I'm not here to like complain or to be sad or something like that. It's not. But I want to take that away because I know that it can make people insecure when they see someone who's supposedly doing something very easily when they are struggling with it. So also the mail, that is why I leave all of my mistakes in. I make a dozen mistakes when I'm making mail. I put things upside down, doesn't even matter, but that's why I leave those kind of things in. But with my voiceovers, I often, I'm saying often because it's not always, I often redo my voiceovers. Like when I'm having a bad day, I'll just delete it all and start again. Even now, this voiceover is, let's say, 20 minutes long. I think I've done voiceovers for 35 to 40 minutes. So I also wanted to include that because a lot of you said when I was talking about talking in videos that they could never do what I do. But I think that you shouldn't look at it that way because you may not be able to do what you think I do. That sounds really arrogant. I don't mean it in an arrogant way. Hear me out. But I struggle too. And I'm learning too. It's just because we're all trying to make stuff aesthetically pleasing. You often don't see or hear that in these videos because a lot of people ask me, I want to do meal videos. How? And how do you do it? And how is it possible that you don't make these mistakes? But I do. You just don't get to see them. Although I do leave some of them in because it's part of the thing. Yeah, this is a coincidence. I wrote this letter to Amber with that purple blue metallic pen, and I used the same letter paper as she did. That was not even intentional, but it matched the theme so well. Like, she also made me a galaxy themed mail, so it was kind of meant to be. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm all over the place again, but that's her mail to me. What I was trying to say is that if you want to start your own snail mail channel, go for it. I mean, if you look at my older videos now, they're super cringy. I cringe. I cannot watch my older videos because I had to learn so much. And also remember that it's okay to start again. It's okay to make a mistake and then fix it. I don't know why I felt like sharing that life lesson, but to me it's important, I guess. Especially because I recently had a chat with Amber, actually. That is such a coincidence, but she's also starting a YouTube channel and she asked me for advice, and I thought that's when I kind of realized that I don't know. A lot of you may be struggling with this, but that's it for now. I'm done talking. Still managed to talk quite long. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you obviously know what to do. Leave it a thumbs up, leave it a comment. I'll see you on Instagram, Patreon, YouTube. I don't know. I hope you guys are all doing okay, and we will talk soon. Bye bye.